But Watcher's a little tricky. Watcher definitely feels like she is the biggest gulf between the cards that are useful and the cards that are not so much. And it's definitely thus far proven very tricky to snag 2 copies of a card that we want, but then also don't die. Hey there, Deathdraw. That was a mighty fun run. YouTube's been on fire lately. And some of that's due to the quality of the runs we've been having. Some of that's due to the snowballing effect of internet. But I don't know. The YouTube's just been really popping off. The plan for 100% mastery on some characters, we haven't decided yet. We'll get a better picture once you get closer. I think it'll be a long time yet before we're at the point where none of the characters can contribute. Especially if we end up with some of the colorless cards or curse cards as the last to cross off the list. Thick Iron Boy. Oh, we have the full run link too. That's cool. I still am meaning to, at some point, hunt down a seed to surpass that total. We gotta redo it. Because I know the 500 mark is easily breakable with Inspire. I'd love to see a run where you have more health than the heart, but I think that's a big stretch for the Ironclad to get to. You'd really need an ideal seed for that. Or some fruit juice abuse. Which might actually be the easier thing to look for seed-wise, is just get an infinite money seed with Courier and then buy the fruit juice to be chunk. Anyhow, on this run, I'm thinking as we get further into the Mastery Challenge, we're going to want to more and more consider obtain a curse starts on our runs. Because, well, we got to master the curses. If it's a curse we don't want to tolerate, like a pain, we can just remove it with this 250 gold. But note the not mastered text. Although Writhe is a pretty stinky curse, so I think I'd like to get rid of it sooner rather than later. There exists the possibility that we could maybe get 2 of them and keep it that way. There is a 3 elite path, but it looks bad. Let's go this way. Not sure about events versus combats here. We'll decide. And then we can go to a shop or not. Our choosing. I like the choosing. Choosing's good. Yeah, find a gambling chip and then no problem's easy. Easy peasy. Don't think I want to enter Wrath here. So it's strike, defend, defend, but which one do we strike? We can do at most 12 damage next turn. 17 minus 6 is 11, so that would be killable, and it's guaranteed to attack us. This would go to 8, so we'd only need 2 strikes to kill. Let's do that. Exactly. That's why you do it that way. How will you ever master them if you always remove them? That is the tough question. Alright, early cut through fate's very solid. I love that Mental Fortress is still not mastered here. And will continue to not be, for the time being. We're taking card draw and damage, please. What if we took another different curse, and even more money? Is that Smort, or whatever the opposite of Smort is? We also haven't mastered Doubt. That would force us to keep one of the 2 curses, and all 4 defend, which is pretty bad, but we'd have at least a lot of money. Generally speaking, I would say you shouldn't take this deal, but it could also set us up for a Divine Fountain event next floor, and, well, that'd be pretty sweet. It's not smart. We do have another shop coming up this act. The fact that we get to spend the money this act is kind of a big deal. I'm gonna do it. This will all be worth it, assures us the serpent. We gather all the gold, thank the snake, thank you snake, and get going. Now we can upgrade 2 random cards for 20 health. I mean, curses can't be upgraded, so that's fine. Upruption and a strike is an excellent pair of upgrades for 20 health here. We're also offered many interesting things here. Boat thingy is here, Apotheiosis is here, letter opener is here, several good potions are here. Looks like a pretty good start to me. I am rather fond of Apotheiosis on the Watcher in general. Makes the 2 random upgrades feel a little bit less important. But I really appreciate that it upgrades the Miracle. Probably can't afford Boat Thing and Apotheiosis and a curse remove. We definitely need to get rid of one of these 2 curses. And I think I'd prefer to remove Writhe and keep the Doubt. Weaken is pretty bad for the Watcher, but we might be able to discard it with the Cut Through Fate, and we're not guaranteed to see it on turn 1 like we are the Writhe. So I'd rather remove the Writhe. That leaves me with 443. No, not enough for Apotheosis and Boat Thingy. We could do Apotheosis Chemical X, although I don't really think of a whole lot of Chemical X on the Watcher. Lurking Fool, thanks for the full cozy year of enjoyment. Heck yeah. How's it going, Jane Koviak? Life is good. And with the Elite coming up, I think a potion would be pretty reasonable. Fire Potion would work on Sentries. And Laga and Gremlin Knob, whereas the Fear Potion only works on Laga and Knob. James Playin SoCal, thanks so much for hopping by. Saying, this is my first time watching your channel, love the YouTube content, and wanted to see me live. Well, here I am. Welcome. If you got any questions about the game, or the run, or stream in general, don't hesitate to ask. We have a very question-friendly community here. And even if I don't answer directly, odds are somebody knowledgeable in chat can help out. I like me Apotheosis. It's been a while since we've had a good Apotheosis run. Let's do it. And indeed, I could buy the Chemical X, but I won't, since there's another shop coming up. Let's leave enough money to buy a Relic there. The Apotheosis and the Fire Potion ought to be enough to get through the short term. This is just a kill, right? Yeah, super dead. You're a dead jawworm. Yes, you are. Still no potion. Makes me glad we picked up the Fire Potion. Crescendo gets a lot better with Apotheosis, as does, I suppose, Crush Joints. Btuck says, what makes Apotheosis so good? Being able to upgrade all of the other cards in your deck for the rest of combat allows you to have all of the benefits of a fully upgraded deck without having to actually acquire upgrades during your run. This can allow you to take boss relics like the Fusion Hammer, or just flood the deck with lots of cards in general, and allow Apotheosis to do the upgrading for you. Bonus points if you can guarantee the Apotheosis in play early, like if you have a Bottled Lightning with the Apotheosis and guaranteed draw it on turn 1. It's all the benefits of a fully upgraded deck without any of the actual having to pay for that normally. The more cards you have, the better it is, generally speaking. So Apotheosis ends up being much better for a 40-card deck than a 10 or 20-card deck, usually. With a 10-card deck, it's easy enough to just have everything upgraded the old-fashioned way. And that actually almost makes me want to say, don't take a rest site here, and do take an event node instead of a rest site. Here's one of the things that Apotheosis can benefit us. If we no longer need upgrades as much, then instead of taking nodes on the map that give us upgrades, we can take nodes that give us something else and benefit from that something else instead. Let's do it. I'm going to avoid that first rest site. Even though we do actually kind of want to upgrade the Apotheosis, we can easily do that here after we kill this first elite. Now, the problem at its core with Apotheosis is that you have to draw and play the Apotheosis before it's going to do anything, and if Apotheiosis is on the very bottom of the drop pile, you might have a very bad time indeed. Here it is. Note that Apotheiosis upgrades all cards that are currently existing, whether they're part of your permanent deck or not. So these upgrades won't extend beyond the current combat. You have to replay the Apotheiosis each time. But it also upgrades cards that have been temporarily created and you could never normally upgrade, such as the Miracle that creates 1 energy in our starting hand with the Pure Water. Now it's 2 energy, allowing us to play the Apotheiosis and block for a lot at the same time. It's good stuff. Oh, Crush Joints won't kill. I understand. Okay, let's just block then. Entering Wrath is a bit of a dangerous choice here now, isn't it? Let's see. 36, so it can kill the middle one easily enough. Shuffling without 2 defends is pretty spooky though. We'll risk it. Leveraging Watcher's double attack damage. She might want to play 1 defend, just so I have 1 more defend in the draw pile. Let's do that. Yeah, leveraging Watcher's enormous damage output with Wrath Stance is all but required to have good outcomes in this elite fight, but if you draw a handful of days, you can have a really bad time. Okay, we drew at least enough to kill the front one, and 2 defense here makes us take very little here. Overall, this is pretty good. We should be able to leave Wrath, hopefully, before further trouble visits us. But we could absolutely just get completely donked here if we end up in a turn where the sentries are attacking for 20 and we draw 5 dazed. Kind of had to risk it there a little bit, which I did not like doing, but we made it through. We get some good card draw. Centennial Puzzle says draw 3 the first time we take damage. And we're offered another cut-through Fey, which I think is quite spectacular. I think this Tranquility is also pretty good, thanks to the Apotheiosis. But with a curse in the deck, I'm going to add more Scry. Scry we can use to discard that curse and avoid drawing it in the first place. And surprise, surprise, there's another merchant here. Alright, second merchant. You offer me the cheese. I do like the cheese. A very early Prismatic Shard would allow us to obtain cards from other colors. Whether or not that's a good thing is up to interpretation, but with the Apotheiosis, it's guaranteed to be spicy, that's for sure. You can have totally unique, one-of-a-kind runs with this relic that you can never really recreate, I tend to find, which also encourages me to take it. Let's do it. We'll buy the shard. Will want a signature move? Absolutely not. A bomb? No, bomb is not the cheese. Shard being shaped like a wedge of cheese, in this case, is the verbal reference we're attempting to create. It doesn't mean shard is cheese, but it feels like it sometimes. Cheesy, cheesy goodness. Alright, well that's going to make me want to take combats more, because now we are looking at multicolored card rewards. One thing that I'll note about Prismatic Shard, that I do try to point out about this occasionally, this also adds colorless cards to the card reward pool, so we can now find rare and uncommon colorless cards in card rewards, which could aid in mastery of some of these really hard to track down cards, like the bomb. Henry BK, thanks for 26 months in the Prime sub, heck yeah. Alright, let's upgrade Apotheiosis. And what's in the box? 72 bucks and meat on the bone. If we're at or below half health after combat, heal for 12. Really good, 1, with the Centennial Puzzle, as it allows us to continually take damage. And 2, it's good right now because we're currently below half health, so we're guaranteed to get at least 1 heal 12 out of it. These things combined make me want to take more fights. When do you take forethought? Not very often, is the short answer. It's the one that puts a card on the bottom of your draw pile, right? It's a card forethought. Oh, interesting. That's a weird way to do it. Yes, that's the one that puts a card to the bottom of your draw pile. There is not much of a use case for it, quite frankly. I've been on the record as saying this is one of the least useful cards in the whole game. You're spending essentially 2 card draws to get a energy discount, and the card goes to the bottom of the draw pile, meaning you have to get all the way down to the bottom in order to benefit from the energy discount. It's usually too fancy, too many steps required to actually get a useful interaction out of it. However, we have made it work in the past, notably with the silent card Grand Finale, because it allowed us to set up a particular number of cards in the draw pile. You can also use it to do cheaty things with a card like Nightmare, because the discount is truly until played, the 0 cost. Being able to use it to cheat, for example, a Meteor Strike into play for 0 cost can be quite useful. Or you can use it to create a 0 cost card and then create copies of that with either Nightmare on Silent or Dual Wield on Ironclad, and the discount will propagate on all of the duplicated card copies. So there's some fun stuff you can do with it, but again, mostly that's too fancy, barring some serious Runic Pyramid shenanigans or Grand Finale, or like lots and lots of card draw. But given a situation of any of those above things, you probably don't need the forethought anyway. Kind of a catch-22. Guess we'll take 3 combats here. We want some multicolored card rewards. Yes, we do. Just do the damage. It's fine. Triple defend and eruption is the way to go here. Block 12, and then we're in Wrath with this hand. We can do the damage. Good stuff. Get a Flex Potion. There's our first potion drop, finally. Fusion and Headbutt are both rather intriguing here. A Plasma Orb would give us additional energy to spend every turn. Or Headbutt allows us to put a card back on top of the deck, which is also quite useful, in addition to being a half-decent attack. We'd have to start taking card draw after taking Fusion. I think the Headbutt is a no-nonsense really good pick, especially with double Cut Through Fate. Logan the Bard, thanks for 28 months of support, and Sir Noob Balloon, thanks for the Prime sub and 2 months. If we master Headbutt on Watcher, does it count? Yes. Yes, we've already mastered a couple of cards on characters other than the original. In fact, Watcher and Ironclad have been trading cards back and forth. Watcher finished Carnage, and Ironclad finished Alpha. Quincux says, is it ever a bad idea to take something like Finesse or Flash of Steel? Yes, it can be. And the reason for it, ultimately, is specific enemy matchups in Slay the Spire. Every enemy in Spire is a little different, and some of them have special abilities that really alter the basic field of play. And the really big one I like to point out for this example is the Chosen in Act 2. The Chosen is an enemy that you can encounter in regular combats, both the easy pool starting combats as well as the advanced hard pool combats that you get if you take more than 2 combats in Act 2. So they're all over the place. You can roll them twice in a row, and you can fight the Chosen many, many times in Act 2. So there's really no reprieve from Chosen as long as you are in Act 2, unless you just happen to roll other encounters. Chosen will punish you by casting a Hex on turn 1 that causes any non-attack card you play to put a dazed, a exhausting status into your draw pile. So all of your non-attack cards cost 1 additional card draw. So for Flash of Steel, that's not a problem, but with Finesse, immediately there becomes an issue, right? That's now 0 cost, block for basically nothing, draw 1, but also add a Dazed into your draw pile. So you're trading 2 block for -1 card draw, and that is an absolutely terrible deal in a fight that can be really, really important. Chosen's also a really dangerous encounter and can deal a ton of damage to the player if there's a particularly bad matchup. So having 1 Finesse in Act 2, really not that big of a problem, but if you have, say, 3 or 4 Finesses and you run into the Chosen fight twice in a row, you're going to have a really bad time. And these are the sort of like specific matchups that you kind of have to keep in mind as you go through Slay the Spire. So yes, there are reasons in the broader context of Slay the Spire to not take a card like 0 cost, draw 1, and do a little bit of something. Generally speaking, I'll say that your cards, if you're looking to do heart runs, or especially Ascension 20 victorious heart runs, each card you play needs to do at least 5 numeric something. Probably more like 10. Because there is a per card cost to the player. This is also true in the Time Eater fight and the Heart fight later on in the run. Not just Chosen, but Chosen is the easiest example to point to. But in a neutral state, a theoretical, just where you're not considering the enemy at all, then sure, Flash of Steel and Finesse look like ideal cards almost, and they can even inform infinite combos. But Slay the Spire is never a game where you're up against a blank slate of an opponent. You're always up in a particular matchup where you need to be able to do particular things with certain modifiers placed upon you, like you have to deal with spikers being able to hit you back for 17 damage. That's a situation where Flash of Steel certainly starts to look pretty bad if you don't also have a lot of block, for example. It was my favorite boat relic. It's definitely the Hornclay. Yeah, turn 2 block is the best time. I'll grab this headbutt, as much as that fusion looks pretty tempting. Just yoinked a Dark Embrace. Nicely done, Fele. Just play Dark Embrace. That's the real answer. That's what Baylor would do. So we could kill this Fungi Beast, as they say. I think we'll just full block and break the Louse's curl up so that we can kill one or both of them next turn here. Easily peasily. Like so. Pretty much optimal health here. We might be able to get 1 more HP if we set up optimal meat on the bone value, but I'm not going to bother with that. I'm being offered a Mayhem, completely for free. Up against a Sucker Punch and a Go for the Eyes. Actually, it's a pretty good Go for the Eyes. Bailey is the Mayhem believer. Normally I say not on Watcher, but this is hardly a regular Watcher run. And it's a non-mastered colorless rare card. They were being offered here in Act 1. Let's do it. This is a power. 1 cost when upgraded. Apotheiosis is going to make this a bit better. At the start of your turn, play the top card of your draw pile. That can be a little bit bad sometimes. You'd like it to work with Headbutt, but it doesn't work the way you want it to with Headbutt because of draw timings, unfortunately. So we're going to have to just hope that it does nice things for us, but it probably won't. Big Slime, attack us turn 1 here. We could just go Vigilance Defend, take 5, draw a whole bunch of cards next turn. That seems pretty reasonable, actually. Otherwise, we're trying to cut through Fate and split it in 2. Seems unlikely. Playing Mayhem this turn also seems unlikely. Just draw lots of cards, please. Can always get our health back with meat on the bone. I think you're gonna die. And then some. Get a Gambler's Brew. And a Heavy Blade? No, I'll take a Tranquility. Actually, a retaining Enter Calm seems all the more important now that we have Mayhem in the deck, because we never really know when we're going to enter Wrath. And the Tranquility won't be able to be hit by the Mayhem as long as it's already in our hand because of the retain effect. Empty Body is also looking pretty good here, but ultimately we want ways to control the stance that we're in a little bit more, especially as the deck gets bigger. I think Tranquility will serve perfectly here. Givelin will sleep for a couple turns, allowing us ample time to find and play our Apotheiosis and our Mayhem. Perfection. Let the bonking begin. Alright, what's the top card gonna be? It was Eruption. That's actually quite good. In fact... Oh, not quite enough to KO. Would have been with the Flex Potion, still could be, but rather I'd prefer to take some damage so that we can heal 12 anyway, so this is all the better. Order, though. Play that block card. Beautiful. Get a Juzu Bracelet, which will ensure we can no longer encounter combats in question mark rooms, for better or for worse. A Regen Potion, which is pretty good, and Stack, Setup, or Perfected Strike. Genuinely seems like a decent copy of Stack. This would be a hilarious way to master Stack. Because we can scry cards into the discard pile, we can increase the value of Stack very easily. Let's do it. Setup's also rather curious here. It's a block card and this is Watcher. That part is, well, I mean, we were Watcher. We're something else now. Where we're going, we are going to need block cards. It's sad, but it's true. The setup loses its benefit with Mayhem. Only if Mayhem plays the card that you set up, but you draw first and then Mayhem plays the top card. So just to clarify to anyone wondering about Mayhem, and part of why I'm dismissive about Mayhem in general, here's what happens at the start of your turn. Your turn begins, you draw 5 cards off the top of the draw pile. So anything that you've set up or headbutted or whatever, you draw that as part of your normal hand. Then Mayhem plays whatever the new top card of your draw pile is. AKA the 6th card in the draw pile after you end your turn is going to be what Mayhem plays. Good luck modifying that card. Just good luck. I don't have meat on the bone. I don't need a Regen Potion. I think we take an event here with Juzu Bracelet. Maybe we can get Dead Adventurer or something. Or we could just take another combat, but I don't feel the need. We could go to this store. I'm going to try to master down on this run, so let's keep it. The event was a treasure chest. Note that this is not anything that Juzu Bracelet did for us. Juzu can only take a combat outcome and turn it into an event outcome specifically. This does not increase our chance of getting a treasure chest. This treasure chest had nothing to do with Juzu Bracelet. However, we do get an ornamental fan, which is pretty sweet. That'll give us block for playing lots of attacks, which is already what we're looking to do. Could recall here, or I'll just directly upgrade Mayhem. Let's make this easier to put into play before Apotheiosis gets drawn. When I've gotten Apotheiosis in the deck, I often do like upgrading the powers alongside. That way your draw order between Apotheiosis and Mayhem doesn't matter. If you have a bottled Apotheiosis, then you no longer care about upgrades. And if you draw them together, it doesn't matter. Like so. Alright, fully upgraded deck with Mayhem in play versus the Slime Boss. Let's go. We just discarded Ascender's Bane. Excellent work. Main goal here is do enough damage to the Slime Boss to prevent getting hit on turn 3 here. Putting Eruption, since we're likely about to draw Tranquility, putting Eruption in my hand sounds excellent here. We'll be weakened, but it shouldn't matter much. Especially if we can apply Vulnerable here, which we can. In fact, we auto-played. Even cuter. Let's go Crush Joints, Eruption, Strike, Cut Through Fate, Strike. Eat that for breakfast. GG. Demon Form. Or Deviform. Demon Form, though. Watcher does like Strength. I think we prefer immediate Strength rather than per turn Strength. But Demon Form is acceptable. We should have taken the Heavy Blade. Clearly. Clearly we made a mistake. Juggernaut, Talk to the Hand, plus After Image. Come on. One time. Juggernaut is kind of the Prismatic Shard card, if you ask me. There's so many different ways to generate block with Shard, and we already have the Ornamental Fan rewarding us for playing block 3 times. Juggernaut's kind of cool. If we take Juggernaut, then we can make this a game of pick out all the different sources of block that we find. Feel No Pain, After Image, Nirvana, Mental Fortress, you name it. We can pick it up. That's kind of cool. Let's take it. And I'll take this Essence of Steel then. Sure. Although the Flex Potion and the Gambler's Brew are also pretty good. It's already mastered, but heck, we gotta have a fun run too. Grippingtron, thanks for the 12 months, 1 dang year of support. Heck yeah. Alright, I'll lose the Gambler's Brew? Will I, though? The Centennial? I don't think I will. Alright, I'll skip this potion. And there it is, Fusion Hammer. Can no longer smith at rest sites. What does that matter when we have an Apotheiosis? We just go to 4 energy, no problemo. Options B and C, though, just to be fully complete here. Cursed Key could help us find a second copy of Doubt by giving us a random curse when we open a chest. That's not necessarily a good thing, though. Or Pandora's Box can transform our Strike and Defend cards, of which we still have all of them, and turn them into new cards, but then we're still only on 3 energy per turn. Let's take Fusion Hammer. Generally speaking, when you stack 1 or more of the same effect in Slay the Spire, they won't activate individually. So if you stack 2 Talk to the Hands, or 2 Mental Fortresses, or 2 Metallicizes, or 2 Footworks, or 2 whatever have you, drink 2 Essence of Steel potions, it's only going to activate Juggernaut 1 time per different type of effect. Because Slay the Spire will keep the number of activations the same and simply increase the numerical value of the effect, the block gain in this case. Acheron, thanks for 17 months. Happy Tuesday to you. There it is, the Chosen, the enemy you need to watch out for in Act 2. Do not underestimate this opponent, because they will absolutely destroy you for having too many skills. There we go, discarding Doubt, like it was meant to be. That's what the Scry is for. I want to Headbutt Cut Through Fate at the cost of 2 energy? Yes, because I don't want the Dazed. Get him, Juggernaut. Good work. Full aggro approach really does the best against Chosen most of the time. Flying Knee plus Ball Lightning and Carnage. These are all kind of whatever. I could have blocked for Juggernaut earlier, that's true. Gotta keep my eye out for opportunities to do that. Alt is here. Happy Flower is here. Secret Weapon is here. Interesting. Do you think we should remove a card? Maybe a basic defend? Probably. I could go for Carnage again. Rabak, thanks for 7 months. Looking good. Heck yeah. We could remove Doubt, but what if I want the Doubt? No, we're trying to find a second copy of Doubt on this run, for now. Partly our goal. Does Shard affect the outcome of Pandora's Box? No. I guess Happy Flower is okay. Don't necessarily have a use case in mind, but I like that we have it. Bank 2 energy with the Vigilance. We'll skip the Strike here. It's a little tricky, especially when it goes like this, I suppose. Currently gonna take 11. We could absolutely use the Gambler's Brew here. There's a reasonable chance we get a thingy anyway. Okay, this is a good use case for the Gambler's Brew. Definitely. So we go Eruption. Headbutt the Vigilance Plus. And then gamble away one or both of these cards. Go with 2. Maybe also could have used the Flex Potion here, but not what I've decided to do. Perhaps it was the correct move, though. So our opponent has 45 health currently. We got 36 visible damage. Cut Through Fate into Cut Through Fate could get me somewhere, or could just land me in more trouble. Guess let's see where we land. We have 18 plus 7 damage. Not quite enough to secure a kill, so we're taking 18 here. Yeah, we got even worse trouble. Curses. Oh well, I suppose we'll be resting at the rest site anyway. Ouch. Good job, Stack. You did it. Wave of the Hand. Whenever you gain block this turn, apply weak to all enemies. Interesting. Or Meditate, which is also very, very good. And yeah, I think we probably should have used the Flex Potion instead of the other potion, but oh well. Now we have the Flex Potion for the Elite. I do think Meditate is a little bit better than Wave of the Hand. Here. Okay. Give me Meditate. Oh, Meditate Mayhem, though. Indeed. A bit problematic now, isn't it? Let's see, we do 10, 13, 13. That's enough to kill. Next turn. Could have maybe blocked the debuff here with the Ancient Potion, but I don't plan on blocking a whole lot. Famous words uttered moments before blocking. Can't play to Meditate, but that's okay. Hopefully, meat on the bone is here. Get the red mask, applying 1 week to all enemies on turn 1. And we can take either Pummel or Foresight. Man, Pummel. Pummel kind of hits like a truck. Pummel also amazing with Talk to the Hand if you find one. But Foresight's also incredible here. Scry 3 at the start of each turn to help us deal with the hot mess of cards we've created. Not sure if Scry goes before Mayhem. Good question. Let's find out. If that lets me know what Mayhem is going to play, that's huge. I guess we're really about to find out. Cool. Yes, the Scry actually... Yeah, Scry happens before we draw. So we can affect the Mayhem play, but we don't actually have enough information to know exactly what it's going to be. So we need another copy of Foresight to avoid a truly unfortunate occurrence, I suppose. Just need more Scry, of course. Great turn for Eruption. That would have been a horrible time to meditate, though. This is definitely spooky. Definitely not ideal. In a myriad of ways. But here we are. Get me back Eruption, Cut Through Fate, please. Probably should have discarded Juggernaut also. But here we are. Just headbutt the Eruption. Easy. Don't even bother with the other stuff. Okay, we talk. Perfect. Man, that meditate is terrifying. It was not a great idea to add that. Here we are, though. Reinforced Body is great with Mayhem. And just a really good block card in general. Wait. This is incredible with Juggernaut, isn't it? X times means activate Juggernaut X times. Oh yeah, let's do it. Heck yes, let's do it. Give me some health. Is that how it works for Reinforced Body specifically? Yes, that is how it works. Bacteru, thanks for 8 months of support. Uh-oh. Pretty sad turn 1. Turn 2 not much better, huh? We absolutely have to stop this wizard from existing. Tell me this is enough. Enough. And actually taking 1 sounds really good for Centennial Puzzle here. Because next turn's going to be a bit awkward, especially if we get attacked. We do not. Perfect. Good. Tranquility, that's fine. Did. And then give me Eruption, Cut Through Fate. still not getting attacked. Very lucky indeed. Very, very lucky indeed. Cut through fate to fetch cut through fate. Brilliant plan. Actually, fetch me meditate instead. Forget mayhem here. Give me eruption, cut through fate again. Still weakened, unfortunately. At least we're not getting attacked. Good talk. Didn't even matter. We get a potion belt, meaning we can hold on to this flex potion forever. And we're offered a Jack of all trades plus. Add 2 random colorless cards to your hand and exhaust. That's kind of cool. Cloak and Dagger also very nice with the whole Juggernaut thing. But making 2 random cards, specifically ones that we could later upgrade with Apotheiosis, is kind of cool. I'll take the card draw card. Sure. Looks like we'll be recalling at this res site. Hey there, Zertfa. I'm hoping that we do another merch restock sometime this year. I'll make a big hullabaloo about it when that happens. Probably later, again, later in the year. Would be when I plan on doing that. Have I ever played Hand of Fate? Yeah, I've played more of Hand of Fate 1 than 2. I played the entirety of the Hand of Fate 1 on stream many, many years ago, and then I played a little bit of Hand of Fate 2 as one of our community-voted games, but bounced off of it. I really didn't like the way they progressed it. Warpaint. Upgrade 2 skills at random. That's not so important here because of the Apotheiosis. I'd say would be key for us to take the Sapphire key here. Warpaint, more like Snore Paint. I'm out of here. Let's fight some slavers. A dead joke. But when none of the living jokes remain. And neither do your opponents. Let's see, we can do 9 plus 16 plus 27. Mathematics. Say that equals 52, and that means we kill the back guy, no problemo here. Without any further changes required. We go Eruption, Defend, Crush Joints, Strike Plus, Meditate back the Eruption. Draw a lot of cards. Take very little damage overall, too. Here it is, the Jack of all trades Apotheiosis combo, but currently our hand is full. Playing Eruption is a little questionable, actually, because we don't have a way out of Wrath. But I do have Stack, so that's almost as good. Will we have to master Mayhem? Yes. Yes, we will. Madness and Flash of Steel. Cool. Upgrade them. It means we can headbutt a card for the Flash of Steel to operate on, too. So let's go Apotheosis. Headbutt Crush Joints. Draw it. Play a skill. I'll just kill you outright. Even better. Good talk. 14 block from Stack. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Why did the turkey cross the road? It was plain chicken. Oof. My favorite along that variation, True Heart. Why did the medium cross the road? Psychic medium to get to the other side. Classic. Give me vigilance. Yeah, there we go. The other side. that is. Eternal Feather. That's going to be too much healing. We no longer have really any use for rest sites. We've already recalled. There it is! Talk to the hand! Talk to the hand, Juggernaut. Online. Let's go. We just need the afterimage now. And the ultimate deck has been assembled. Oof, who do I kill first here? It's got to be the cultist. Tough call, though, genuinely. Purity. No block cards in this fight. Thanks. Might need that block card next turn, but what I really need is a Way Out of Wrath. We've got it in our hands. Okay, yeah, keep that block card. $48. That's a big number. Not much I can do about it. Can block for most of it. Down to 24. We'll take 4. We'll draw lots. Life continues to get difficult. Our ability to block on this turn is very limited here. We could talk to the hand strike, but that's it. So we're going to be taking the brunt of this damage as well. All the power is ultimately on the bottom of the deck for this fight. And the added days, that's a no-no. Give me Foresight, Meditate, I guess. Charn is awesome. Thanks for the 8 months of support. Heck yeah. Flash of Steel. Genuinely really good in this Talk to the Hand Juggernaut containing deck now. Warcry could also be pretty decent here. Don't really much like the Aretha Flames. Take Flash of Steel. And involuntarily return to full health, essentially. I think I'll take one event with Juzu Bracelet and one more Elite for this act. We could maybe get the Coliseum would be the best outcome, but I'd also love to see the Library here. We're offered Apparitions, become intangible for 1 turn, but lose a substantial amount of our maximum HP. Normally Apparitions are kind of good. They're a bit less good with Mayhem. And since the deck is getting very large, I think losing our max health is also not as good here normally. So I'll be refusing these. And we'll be fighting the Book of Stabbing. Blood Flash of Steel, thanks. Can I block for a very precise amount, perhaps? I'd like to take a little bit of damage here to get more stuff in play. Gonna be weak next turn, though? Nah. Take damage here if I want. Okay. Seems important. I'll be taking back this and this. I think it's going to be a really big turn for us. AKA, this book gonna die. So Juggernaut first, then Erupt. Every time we attack, we're going to do 7 bonus damage here, and we got a second Flash of Steel. The power. Look at that. Brutal. Plenty of energy to spare. Poor book is destroyed. We now have an Incense Burner, giving us intangibility every now and then. And what do you know? Mind Blast is here. I don't think this is the deck for double Mind Blast. Hey, Drac. It's good to be here. How you doing? We take out a boss swap today and got Wristblade on silent. Got to play around with setup on their attacks, since that was your first card offered. So you set up to make the attack 0 cost, and Wristblade boosted the damage. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I don't think I want Mind Blast. What about True Grit, though? True Grit I can get behind. Let's exhaust cards from the deck. That'll be particularly useful against Champ here, too. Poor Champ has no idea what he has gotten himself into here. He is going to be so mad. Hopefully Mayhem won't do too much bad for us. We'll see. Got a Metamorphosis. Shuffle 3 random 0-cost attacks into the draw pile. Alright. Don't mind if I do, actually. Let's just get that in play. What do you got? Bowling Bash, Windmill Strike, and follow-up. Okay. Champ will not be attacking us next turn, but we will be weak. I'm in Wrath now. Please give me Crush Joints back. And behold, the power of Juggernaut. Got him. Let's stay in Wrath, if you don't mind. Meditate now. It's fine though. Let's do it this way. Perfect. Just keep doing damage. Get him, Juggernaut. Give me Eruption. Cut through Fate for next turn. $22 times 2. Meditate is not in the draw pile. Good. GG. Get an Ambrosia, entering Divinity Stance at will. A very good potion for later. And there it is! It's here, Twitch chat. After Image, whenever you play a card, gain 1 block. Omniscience also incredible here, but I don't think I've ever naturally assembled Juggernaut, Talk to the Hand after Image. Let's absolutely go. This is incredible here. The Juggernauting. Juggernauty. And then he clicked Velvet Choker, and everyone cried. No, I'm actually pretty down for Sacred Bark with a Potion Belt or genuinely Tiny House to give us a whole bunch of stuff. 50 gold ain't so bad. Another card reward with the Prismatic Shard wouldn't be too bad. We have not mastered the Tiny House yet. It's not like Ambrosia benefits from Sacred Bark. So, yeah, let's take a tiny house. What if every card was Iron Wave? Stack plus 50 gold, a smoke bomb, and actually Infinite Blades is kind of good. Does block twice, right? But it's yet another power that doesn't do anything immediately, so like, I don't know. But then we could take a Feel No Pain and it would block 3 times. We have to. It's not true, we don't have to. But I want to. We have a Smoke Bomb for Transient, too. And we get to fight the Burning Elite. Unfortunately, Burning Elite requires us to go to 2 useless rest sites. Bummer. This would be our chance, this act, to maybe get a second copy of Doubt. Double Spikers are here. Uh-oh. What do we do? Do we play the Infinite Blades? Yes. Oh, we have a Incense Burner. That's our Spiker solution. Excellent. There it is. Beautiful and perfect. The bomb. The magnetism. The power. No hand agreed? Alright, bomb. Good work. Blizzard! No, we don't want a Blizzard. Deflect is not terrible, actually. I think there's Pummel Strike. Pummel Strike is card draw. This draws 2 with the thingy. I'd like more card draw. Don the Red Mask to gain 222 gold. Good job, Red Mask. Right before the shop, we're gonna be rich. Excellent. Willy Vanilli, thanks for 13 months. The Baylor's Baker's Dozen. Or something. Actually, taking 2 sounds almost ideal. That's a lot of damage headed my way. I could simply leave. There is a rest site right before the Elite, though. Actually, we can just take the damage. Let's just play Miracle Mayhem. Maybe it... Yeah! Easy. Good job, After Image. You did it! If I've ever had any direct interaction with Mega Crit, I've played a run of cooperative Slay the Spire with, I believe it was Anthony from Mega Crit Games for a charity stream one year. But other than that, no. No, we've never really talked game balance or stream feedback or anything like that. Do I want to protect? Not really. Not even with a free upgrade. Now a vault, that could be something. The second Foresight could allow the Mayhem to do things. Master Strategy is important card draw. We can buy another copy of Ambrosia. And Abacus is kind of hilarious, although the deck's getting rather large. We also haven't mastered Foresight, so getting 2 copies of that seems kind of important. Ink bottles also half decent. I'm going to go with the Master of Strategy, though. And that means we cannot buy the potion, which is fine by me. Good talk. Good shop. Thanks for giving me the money, Don, for the Master of Strategy. Wouldn't have been able to buy that otherwise. And here's a look at some more rare colorless cards. The HP loss is insignificant because we're about to go back to full health. We might as well, therefore, look at a whole bunch and see if we can get any duplicate copies of important things. Wouldn't necessarily... There we go, Jack of all trades, number 2. And we can go double finesse, although we don't need 2 finesses. They're definitely welcome with the Juggernaut. Actually, Flash of Steel is probably better, huh? Because of the talk to the hand. Love it. The remains of a ghostly creature sink slowly into the mud before you. Is it safe to say that beginners shouldn't pick Prismatic Shard? I think you might find it too many options, and you end up kind of flailing rather than actually creating anything. But there's definitely fun to be had under the right circumstances. Sadistic nature, ah. Yeah, let's Secret Tech for Vault here. Or I could go Mayhem Meditate. Do that. And now our full wrath can be unleashed. You would dare. Power. Mummified Hand, the powers. Now whenever we play a power card, a random card is going to be free in our hand. All the more reason to take tons of powers. Pummel Plus hits 5 times, working with Talk to the Hand. Get in here. Lose that smoke bomb. This run is hilarious. That poor giant head. +1 dexterity seems okay. Can only get 1 more elite this act. Either we go through a shop to get to the elite, or we go through a rest site to get to the elite. The rest site is completely useless to me. The shop is not necessarily that. So we might as well go through the store and see what's here. Shame about orange pellets. Flying Sleeves is half decent. Card Remove is half decent. And Tropic Brew is half decent. I think we can also just spend nothing here. Rushdown is not that good, considering we have 1 Wrath card in a 36-card deck. Blasphemy Mayhem. Yeah, that's a thing. What could go wrong, as they say? No love for purity here? Not really. Trying to exhaust what? The doubt? Pretty difficult to get them both into the same hand. We already have a True Grit that can do that. I'd much rather take a Burning Pact. far as things that exhaust things. Alright, we'll go basic Juggernaut for this one, I suppose. Constricted here. Blind is good. Panacea is a little bit late here, but otherwise those were really good created cards. Stack is doing an amazing job, blocking for 17. Good job, Stack. Stack slaps. Second, talk to the hand, plus. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Get infinite blades. Duh. Uh-oh. Oh, heck yeah. Check this turn out. Talk to the hand. Pummel. Block 5 times. The blocketing. And then what? Miracle Vigilance? I think so. Not quite a full block, but close enough. Apotheiosis, hello? Jack of all trades, infinite. Just make more Jack of all trades. Perfect. I like back. More Flash of Steel, please. Amazing. Pantograph for even more healing. Definitely don't need this regen potion. If we had more weakness, Heal Hook would be half decent, but it's not. How's it going, Arctopi King? I can't tell you what the Purity is for, because the Purity was a randomly generated card for that combat, and that combat only. Ooh, here's our last reasonable chance to get our hands on another copy of Doubt. Will we find one? We'll find Conjure Blade. Regret. The second Eruption, potentially. Parasite. No luck. No double Eruption, no double Curse. Oh well. But I realized my life would start evolving around Slay the Spire. Well, my work life, anyway. I think that was really apparent when I embarked on the year-long challenge at the start of last year. They were going to be at this sort of for a while. But not in a bad way at all. Quite like where we've ended up. Random attacks is likely not going to give me... I guess it could give me, no. I was thinking the Flash of Steels could be nice. This works, though. Bomb Vault, you say? Interesting. Can't play them both, though. Already got one bomb in play, though. So in a way, I totally can. Anger is curious here. Still don't want to protect... What about a power potion? It's got to be better than a colorless potion, at least. One imagines, anyway. Am I a professional Spire player now? It's professional content maker. Professional internet tomfoolery person. That's how I like to view myself. But I don't, these days, spend a whole lot of time when I'm outside, when I'm not playing Slay the Spire. I don't spend a lot of that time thinking about Slay the Spire too much. Very much got a real human life that I go about and do to the best of my abilities during the non-stream times. I very much like the balance that I've struck when it comes to that. Actually, yeah, do hit me for 2. That sounds perfect. I'm not going to play Juggernaut without Apotheiosis in play. I'm not a fool. Oh, there it is. Hello. Good talk, Juggernaut. Now this turn will be a little difficult. 14 times 4. I'm not going to play Mayhem in this fight. That seems like a bad idea. Caw! Probably should have played Apotheiosis first, but I'm going to keep this Apotheiosis. Or maybe just delete it. Just delete it. I'll take back... Actually, the Infinite Blade seems pretty cool. I think it might be important to keep one of the... Wait, is that a third Apotheiosis? No, it's just the one from before. Might be a good idea to keep this other Talk to the Hand until we kill the first phase of the Awakened one. This would be a good turn for that. We could put multiple powers in play. Or at least the bomb. We can put the bomb in play. Good turn to be intangible, though. We should try to set up this fight such... no, this is only the first boss fight. I don't need to set up the instance burner yet. Don't worry about it. GG. Get juggernauted. Alright, Time Eater, although this deck is kind of about spamming cards, Time Eater really ought not to be a problem. Because of the various powers that we have access to. Oh my. Let's just go Talk to the Hand blind. That sounds pretty good here. Forget the deep breath. Gotta stop 9/3. Time Eater will remove debuffs at the halfway point. Is that a reason to not play this Talk to the Hand, just like before? I think we need to block this turn, though. Well, actually. Suppose that I don't. I'm in Rome. Just don't have any problems. Easy. And I think here we do better just tank the damage. Get both Foresights in play. It'll make my life infinitely easier. Fight for Mayhem. What a great time to draw a Vault. I just don't even care. Another turn, please. Perfect. Have some Juggernaut. The power. Didn't set up Incense Burner, don't even care. I think we're gonna just slaughter the elites. Let's go. Got a flex potion to do that with. Turns out 12 cards per turn is a lot. You can get a lot done with 12. Easy. Easy peasy. And there it is, Dolly's Mirror we are blessed with at the final shop. Oh my. That allows us to duplicate any card in the deck. Any card in the deck. There's a couple really good options. Look at anything with the not mastered tag, and it's a great option. We've already got 2 jacks, but Pummel, Master of Strategy, Infinite Blades. Infinite Blades. Doubt, of course. Apotheiosis. Mayhem. Some of these rare colorless cards are almost as difficult to get done as the curse is, but I definitely like the idea of double curse here. We're in a really good position to win these last couple of fights. Could also get Eruption done, but I think the most difficult ones here are the Doubt, the Mayhem, which I probably won't even play, and the Apotheiosis. Let's do Double Doubt. Let's try to win this with a Mastered Curse, shall we? And I think I'll go double Flex Pot over the Fear Pot here. Yes. Let me kill Spear and Shield a bit easier. It's exactly all of my money, even better. Perfect. Alright, who needs to die? I think the shield needs to die first. No. I need the power potion. This is still fine, though. Talk to the hand, Miracle, Crush Joints, then Vaults. That feels right. Ah, shit. That didn't work out. Pardon my French. No, that did not work out. Incoming damage. Defense stack block 17. After image last. Your French is terrible. It's true. Alright, well now I've got myself into a situation here. One that I do not like. Also, we're going to be intangible next turn, so... even more. So many things I could have done differently here. We could have had Talk to the Hand on the Spear. I'm wondering if maybe Flexpot Ambrosia can get me out of this situation, though. So this sure is a situation. Let's think here. I think I can get out of this situation. I'm willing to actually use both of these potions and the Ambrosia. I should be. Just Power Potion alone ought to be enough for Heart. Really not worried about Heart. In the same way that I'm worried about these two. So let's just see what we can get done. I'm not even going to map it out yet. Definitely has to be here. $38 damage. What are you? Judgment. Perfect. Okay, that's not going to help me then. 27 damage 5 times. Hold the phone, man. Okay, Strike Judgment already kills you. What about if Pummel also murdered this thing? 36. That's enough, right? Good talk. Alright, good potion. Maybe wanted to True Grit. Doesn't matter, we got Pantograph. Alright, we should, however, if we want to survive the Heart fight, we should set Incense Burner to a correct value here. Which is either 3 or 4. Anything else would be fatally wrong. Thankfully the bomb bounces off the block here. Oh, reinforced body's in my hand. Got it. Give me these then. Judged. Gremlin Horn. When the heart dies, we'll gain an energy and draw a card. And there's the second demon form. We could have had it. Could have had double demon form, chat. If only we'd believed at the very beginning. I think what we have will serve just fine, though. We don't need none of this. Welcome to Heart Fights. 73 health and an Incense Burner versus turn 1 Apotheiosis. Devotion. Ooh. 3 mantra per turn. In addition to all the other stuff, that's not so bad. Fasting also a curious option, although I don't think I actually want additional strength and dex in exchange for my stuff. Let's go Devotion here. I don't like Study that much because of the whole Beat of Death problem that we run into. Sadistic Nature's fun. Getting Foresight down on turn 1 is also fun. Depending on one's definition of fun. Show me Talk to the Hands. There's one. Foresight makes True Grit free. True Grit gets rid of a strike. That's a pretty good turn 1, all things considered. We could use the Miracle to keep going a little bit further, but we're pretty well set up here. We have Scribe 4, we have our Devotion down, we have 1 Talk to the Hand in play. It's pretty good. Nolan, thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Cozy Sub Club. What a brilliant draw, although our Intangible ended up timed wrong, unfortunately. We can still get some good stuff done here. My Miracle Crush Joints reinforced, or just reinforced? Vulnerable next turn doesn't seem like a particularly big deal. Let's just save as much health as we can here. Infinite Blades is down. We have to get the other Talk to the Hand in play quickly, or Artifact is going to stop us, so we have to find it this turn, realistically. There it is. There's our 6 block for attack. That's really important. Should have cut through Fate. Where's Juggernaut at, though? We can scry 8, so there shouldn't be a problem with Mayhem most of the time. Doesn't mean it won't go badly, though. I don't think I want to play it yet, that's for sure. There we go. That's what I wanted, these Juggernauts. So Foresight makes Meditate free. I can't play the Juggernaut. If Juggernaut makes... I guess we play Juggernaut. It makes one of these two free. It either hits the Foresight and we play the Meditate, or it hits the Meditate and we play the Meditate. Good. Very good. We're going Divine next turn. And I'm drawing Vault. So give me, I guess, double... give me Pummel Strike and Cut Through Fate. Card draw. Maxim, thanks for the 10 months of support. Heck yeah. The triple damage. Alright, we successfully got Doubt into our hands. Double Mayhem. What's the worst that could possibly happen? We're scrying for enough. We can see exactly what Mayhem's going to play. I want Mayhem to play itself. Trust no one, not even yourself. Good draw. Juggernaut, get him. Alright, and as long as I don't discard Meditate, I know that I can't hit Meditate, so let's do that. Get them headbutt too. Stack and Defend get played, and look at that, it's a free bunch of free damage. Can't say no to that. Put True Grit on top and Meditate the other cards. This turn could be a little tough. If this is 6 by whatever, it's not. Thankfully, we have Incense Burner for that nonsense. Don't play Vault. Thanks. Play some of the other stuff. Although I actually do like that Mind Blast. So... double. Flash of Steel. With Divinity, the power. I could have also vaulted to be intangible this turn. I guess that would have been pretty sweet, too. And we want to make sure that we have a fresh draw pile, so I know what Mayhem's going to hit. The only thing that could really go wrong is Mayhem hitting Meditate, and actually with Incense Burner on the current value, even that's not a problem. Life's good. Oh yeah, actually, we were going to hit Meditate, too. We got to discard 2 cards here. Or precisely that will happen. Mayhemed Reinforced Body. Good stuff. GG. The Juggernaut deck with After Image Talk to the Hand prevails. What a fun time. GG, everybody. GG. I can't place a marker. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm having the same issue, Faley. GG. Victory achieved. What an amazing, amazing, amazing run. Total nonsense with multiple block procs. Total nonsense with picking up random cards. And we got another curse crossed off the list today. So that's Curse the Bell last week, Doubt this week. The curses are falling one by one. Just play a 3-class block combo. Easy. Has it been done? Doubt mastered. And so shall I. What a fun time. Really cool run. And it wasn't even only Doubt that we crossed off the list here. We also got double Jack of all trades. Double Foresight. But no double Infinite Blade, sadly. Infomod is unavailable in the workshop. That's right, the Infomod command has a link to it. It's up on GitHub. Proper programmer style. Was this finally our Watcher Defend Mastery? I don't remember if we'd done it prior to this, but now we have Watcher Run with two Defends in it. And Tiny House, that's right. And Tiny House. Such a glorious run. GG. Alright, well next up will be Ironclad as we go back in the rotation, starting once again at the red clad on the left and then working our way through the characters. I am going to take a couple minutes of break to refill my legs, stretch my water, grab a quick snack before we jump into another run. Any cards I'm surprised have not mastered yet? Definitely Mental Fortress. Very surprised by that one. Let's see, what else have we not got on some of the other characters? Feel No Pain and Dark Embrace are both done. Yeah, that makes sense. We even did Double Corruption, Double Barricade. So Ironclad's got most of the ones I expected. I'm a bit surprised by Catalyst. And Well-Laid Plans. Double Bullet Time's gonna be fun. Yeah, I'd say Mental Fortress is the one I'm most surprised by. Is Ironclad my favorite character? Not quite. I like the Defect a little bit more, but I also really, really enjoy the Clad. I think the variety of play for Defect in particular is enormous. Yeah, double bullet time. The Snecko Pyramid Run. Double bullet time. The power. All right, Twitch chat. I'll be back in a few minutes. Upon my return, it's going to be Clad time. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back.